Tension is real high in the District of Columbia. And just a moment sidebar to laugh now. Me and this guy, Goofy TV, we close in age. I think he 1 year older than me. So we grew up in the same eras and time. He grew up in Erie, Pennsylvania. I grew up in Washington, D.C. I remember the era of the drug dealer sneaker, drug dealer tennis shoe. And it might even be a good topic. I might go into it for dudes from, where I'm from, or New York City or Baltimore. But just check out Gully TV version of the drug dealer tennis shoe real quick.
When you get to talking about drug dealer sneakers and shit like that, you should actually possess a few. And this right here, you see what that is? This isn't a Saucony. This is a spot build. Go do the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? If you say you familiar with drug dealer sneakers, you know what this is. All right, let me continue the education. That's them dope mans that I was talking about. These ain't the Frankensteins. These is the actual felines that them hustler was wearing right here and shit. They kind of like a exercise joint. I don't know, but it's a leisure joint. Believe that. You already know about those. I got several pair of them. They right there.
Excuse me, my bad. Now you done seen the shoe collection. You heard what he called a drug dealer sneaker. Right? I only want to make two things and I'm gone. Make 2 points and then I'm gone. First and foremost, he trying to portray himself as some type of sneaker collector. This Bama is living his second childhood. Every pair of sneakers, and we say tennis shoes where I'm from, every pair of tennis shoes that he wasn't able to get in the 90s when we was wearing those shoes, because some of those shoes come from the late 80s to the early 90s. He definitely couldn't afford none of them, and Mildred Muhammad wasn't buying them, or Cynthia Muhammad wasn't buying them Jones for him. He ain't started hustling till the 90s. He said that, not me. He said that. He started hustling for starter jackets and maybe the Shaquille O'Neal's or whatever the tennis shoes was. But anyway, to stay on track with what I'm saying is, that's some type of little basement in his mama's house on Parade Street that he got all those. What adult man got all those old school ass tennis shoes? You ain't seen no Versace, no Louis, no Balenciaga, and I ain't saying he got to wear them. I ain't got a bunch of them Jones in my closet. I got 2 or 3. But I do not have 50 pair of old school shoes. The felines he pointed out wasn't even the D-boy Jones of the era. Them spot builts, he keeps calling them socket. I call them socket. Some people might pronounce it Saucony. He said, due to knowledge. Oh, that's still the same, He's a historian of all the shoes he couldn't afford when he was a kid. Tell him to show you some pictures of those shoes since he was God's gift to a corner. Real quick. If he was God's gift to a corner, he should have some shoes. He should have some pictures with them shoes on as a adolescent, because that's the era and time when those shoes came out, right or wrong. But them felines that he talking about, we did the felines. Nobody, all that shit Bama shit. Them not even the Deodors we was wearing, bruh. You a wild nigga. The more you keep on trying to pretend like you cool, you 50 years old with a 150 pair shoe collection of all vintage shit you couldn't get when you was a kid. Man, stop fucking playing. Go take them tires off that old ass motherfucking Benz E350 wagon, you goofy ass nigga.